Why? Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. You should be able to. I had the my little box turned off. Hit me, get a hit. I can't talk. Somebody text me. Hit a one in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, yes. Okay, I had to refresh. Sorry about that, guys. I should pay more attention. But what's good? What's good? What's good? I was just saying thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. We got 90 people in the building already. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Big topic, a lot of things to talk about. So many different opinions. Some people feel this way. Some people feel this way. Some people feel both ways. I'm getting calls. People texting me, Brandon, I saw you doing a live tonight. Please be careful what you say. I'm like, man, the pressure's on. How many people we got? 97 people. Let me go ahead and just start shouting everybody out. Don't know if I'm gonna be solo or the gang is going to join me. But what's good, Sauce? Yeah, as there should be. It was his moment to shine, but he showed he wasn't worthy of shining just yet. He isn't a child. It's not about black or white. Maybe is that the first comment? But thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. We got Pookie Wood in the building. Black 843, what's up? What's up? The something new. Hey, what's going on? J Rod, hey, Lexi, John Snow. You know, I'm seeing a bunch of names I've never seen before. We got Lance Flex 63 in the building. What's up? Dude, it was staged. It was staged. Okay. I'm gonna just stop there. But thank you for being here. I do not agree that it was staged. But thank you for the comment. Nelly in the building. D Stizzle, what's good? For one night only. Hashtag Oscar so hood. That's crazy. Thank you for being here. Hey Zia, how you doing? Thank you for being here. TKH. Oh, that's not what that says at all. TKC. What's going on? We all we got. Something about the guy who made a documentary on a black hair getting popped in the mouth for dissing a black woman's hair by her husband doesn't feel 100% wrong. But I don't know. Thank you for the comment, Zia, but we're definitely going to be talking about it. We got in the building. Hey, what's good, Rebecca? How you doing? Christopher Dodgett, what's up? Neris 21. Nino Black, what's up, y'all? Recognizing these names. Karma, what's good? If Will loses Oscar, I will lose my ish. Right on. Still Rain in the building. What's up? K Jordan, hello. Mara Sharice in the building. Another Ma. Hello, everyone. Hit that like button as you enter. Thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Robert Reed, what's good? Support gaming. I don't really know, but if he loses the Oscars, then he just does. If he still gets it despite what he did, so be it. That's what's up right there. We also got a few super chats in the building that I will address in a second. But just one.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
All right, guys. So y'all know what that means, that we have a guest in the building. I'm so sad that I don't have the video anymore, but I want to welcome this guy right here, love him to death, from the great city of New York. And that is Mr. Chris with Takes. What's good, my dude? How you doing, sir?
What's good? Mic check. We good?
Yes, sir. We are perft, man. We are perfect.
How you lost my video, bro?
What's going on? I gotta make another one because they claim that one. You know,
that's crazy.
And so
I'm not surprised, but that is crazy.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I promise I got you next time, man. But
I respect that. It was too far. That's all it was. It's YouTube.
How you doing over there, though?
Everything's good, man. I'm good. It's freezing outside, so like, man, let me hop on this live. I ain't going nowhere.
I got you, man. Well, y'all, if y'all don't know, this is Mr. Chris with Take. He makes a lot of great content as well. Movie reviews, TV recaps, just talks about the entertainment, news, media cycle like myself. Information to his channel and all that good stuff is in the description box of this video. And like always, you can head over to my channel tab and you will see him right there. Bam. Where is he? There you go, right next to Real James. And so make sure you subscribe to his channel and show him some love. So Chris, man, let's go ahead and get into this, bro. Let me go ahead and change this background real quick in this banner. And actually, let me hold on before I do that, 1 second, because there was some super chats that I want to address as well. But did you actually watch the Oscars, or did you wake up in the morning kind of surprised like a lot of people? You know, like I'm gonna get your experience in just a moment, but let me. Where'd those super chats go? Where'd they go? There's so many comments. Okay, we got AMBW channel $5 in honor of Will Smith Day rap Wild Wild West. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. And I guess we can just start it off like this right here.
What a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you.
Again, thank you so much for that super chat. I do appreciate it. And also Bryant Andrews, $9.99. Thank you so much, Brian. I do appreciate it. Thank you. And so OneTakeBigDog, are you ready, man? Because your camera's out. But Chris, so did you watch the Oscars, man, or did you what was your experience of seeing Chris Rock getting the mess smacked out of him live on television?
Nah, I was lucky enough. I watched it straight 1995 style, live TV on cable, no streaming, nothing. I was literally just sitting there watching it. Like I got DVR, so I rewind that thing, but it was live and direct. It takes place.
Really? Yeah. It wasn't. So for me, I was watching the Oscars, man, and I fell asleep. you know, and I had it on record. And One Take Big Dog, he called me like around 9:45. You know, letting me know what was going on. And I looked at my phone and then I just, you know, hung it up because I was tired, and I didn't find out till about an hour later. But let me go ahead and bring in my next guest to the show. That's Miss Tara with Struggle Reviews TV. Hey, what's good, ma'am? How you doing?
What's up? Y'all got to the slap yet?
Nah, not yet, not yet. How you doing over there?
I'm okay. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, pretty
Doing
good. Chris, this is Tara. Tara, this is Chris.
Hi.
Hello.
I've seen some of his videos.
Holy moly. Thank you. I watch y'all talk about I guess what show that you guys do every week?
Yes.
What is it, Euphoria?
Euphoria.
I think right now we're doing Snowfall. We've done Euphoria.
Yeah. But I watched a couple of y'all Euphorias. But yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
What's up, One Take? How you doing, bro?
What up, man? What up?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
So I was just telling them, bro, you the one that broke the news to me, but I want to know, Tara, I want to come to you first, if that's cool. Man, what is your opinion on this, man? Who is right or who's wrong? Are you team Chris Rock? You team Will Smith? You team both? Just tell us just how you feel about it, man. Because I'm gonna give my opinion, my 2 cents at the end. Because I definitely have my thoughts on this, and I can play the clips and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm coming to you. How you feeling about all this?
But I don't think there is like any way to just be on Will Smith's side in this scenario. Like everybody knows the setup for the Oscars and the jokes, and this is pretty standard when it comes to, you know, being at the Oscars and somebody doing a little tongue-in-cheek couple of jokes with the audience. It's pretty normal. So for this slap to just come out and just like, I there's no way to be on Will's side. Now, as far as what it took for him to get up to slapping somebody, like he didn't, you know, just get this way overnight. Him as well as Jada, they have been going through it. But I don't think there's any way to be on his side. But after watching it multiple times, I'm more so in the realm of, is this, you know, real or is it a stunt? That's where I am, because it's something about it that is just not clicking with me completely for me to be 100% behind this being, you know, just a slap and it's not being some type of PR stunt for the Oscars. It just, because I've sat with it. I'm like, you know, if it was a stunt, then, you know, what did Will Smith have to gain from it? Like, this isn't helping him at all, especially with all the talk surrounding his Oscar and what it distracted from. This is his first Oscar. Like, it's a long time coming. So for this to happen, is this his first Oscar? Yeah. No, because I think he got one. No, he didn't.
He was nominated for Ali and The Pursuit of Happiness, but
that's Denzel. Like he is not. So for this to be such a distraction from that, but it's something about how it landed, how Chris Rock was standing when he received it, and how he did that smooth George Jefferson ass walk off after he did it. I don't know. Something's not clicking, but no, I'm not on his side at all. I know why he's there and what they've been, you know, and we only see the surface level. So just to see this situation on top of, you know, Laverne Cox comments, the memes, just everything since the entanglement, it's been a lot. But I just don't know. What do you guys think?
Hold on. Before I get someone else's opinion, thank you so much. And I do want to talk about that Laverne Cox comment. But real quick, we got Super Chat. Natalie, I'm waiting on you and two other YouTubers. After that, between Will, Jada, and Chris, I'm not a multimillionaire and rent's due at the end of the week. That's what's up. Thank you so much, man, for the Super Chat. We really do appreciate it. And also Cat Harlem, $9.99. Will Smith has posted a public apology to Chris. I haven't seen it. Academy Awards and Williams family. Will's moment of anger shouldn't define his career. Absolutely not. No. They take Roman Polanski's Oscar, so let Will keep his. I got you. Thank you so much for the Super Chat. Chris, man, how you feeling about all this, man? Let us know your take on this.
First things first, I 100,000% don't believe any part of that was fake. But of course, watching it live, I thought it was hella fake because the Oscars are about the theatrics and all the little skits. So everything in me thought this was fake today or yesterday. But then watching Chris Rock's immediate reaction, if this is fake, Chris Rock is now the best actor and he should have won the best actor award. And then now Will Smith really got to lose the Oscar. And we all seen Spiral and he's not the best dramatic actor. So I just want to get that out of the way. 1,000% know that this is real. The LAPD would not be involved if this was not a real thing. Go ahead.
No, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. Before I go, I'm picking my team, but I'll let you go.
Okay. I was just gonna say, are there people really out there now still thinking it's fake? Now I understand
Well, like
yesterday.
I
You
see it in
know,
the chat here, and you know, we just mentioned it just now in the live. Like I thought we passed that, but then like
Yeah.
I've been seeing it more on the web about like, you know, like is it a publicity stunt? Like I just don't see the Kanye move in this. Like this is like a sad real moment, but it's definitely a real moment. Like if I'm there watching it, like I would, of course I thought this was fake, but then if I'm I'm hearing Will Smith shout like this, you know.
Dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
one take. What get in there, man? I thought one take was BSing me, man. Yes, I'm knocked out. He called me B. Did you see Chris Rock punch Will Smith punch Chris Rock in the face? I said, man, get the F out of here, bro. He raving on the phone, man. Yeah, how you feeling about this, man? Who you leaning with?
Man, Will Smith stood on business, man. That man disrespect that man wife. That man said it's up. They don't care where it's at. We don't care if it's in front of 1 million people. We don't care if we backstage. Will Smith said we're going to stand on business. Will was chilling. He looked over at his girl and said, oh, I ain't got to put on no face smile today. I'll bet. Say less. I don't care if I'm finna get honored. I don't care about none of that. Apparently, whatever they've talked about with her, I can't pronounce that word. I ain't gonna even try.
Alopecia.
There you go. Cool. Whatever they've been talking about in they long time with just them, apparently it'll affect her. So even if the joke was lighthearted, I said this multiple times, you can say a joke and you not mean any harm about it. Chris Rock can not know anything about that. But at the end of the day, that don't mean nothing. You say a joke about somebody, relatives, and that person just happened to be sick or something, and they haul off and still on you. It is what it is, and that's it. I mean, granted.
But if you feel away, why do you react to the joke in a positive way when you first hear it?
Mm-hmm.
You said what?
Like if you really feel away, like let's pretend like God forbid, right? Like she actually like has like cancer or something crazy, but Chris Rock don't know that, and he makes this joke. Will Smith at that point, you're not gonna get no smile, no laugh, nothing. Like, nah, we're not doing this immediately. When he made that joke last night,
he laughed.
Will Smith is laughing just like everybody else, and then Jada looking like, okay, I'm not feeling that joke, and then all of a sudden the next thing you know, he on the stage. So like you gotta you gotta give me something, like Will Smith, like give me something, because either you happy with the joke and you think it's funny like everybody else, or you really have like something behind the scenes. Because there's many clips of Jada talking about, I don't care about my bald hair. Like this is like I came up in the industry. That TikTok is going viral right now. Like when I was doing cover shoots, like my hair had to be long, and like now I got this bald head. Like I don't care about any of that. Like I love how I look. And Chris Rock, who is Chris Rock, who said the wildest shit next to Dave Chappelle. This G.I. Jane thing is the moment that he gets hit in front of the Oscars. So like I get the whole defending your wife and all that, but like this is what you choose to do, because people been like not only people been dragging you and your wife, but you've been getting dragged that same night worse. Like Regina, you're talking about your actual relationship, which we all seen y'all talk about publicly. So
yeah, I have no sympathy for all the jokes in their relationship because they put their business out there themselves. But before we go on, I'm just thrilled right now, guys. I just looked up. We got 1,800 people watching right now. I'm used to like 197. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta hit the refresh button. So I appreciate
everybody tuned in.
If we can get 1,800 thumbs up, that would be dope as hell. So I do appreciate it. Hold on. I know we don't got 75 thumbs up. That'll just be we got 161.
I got 169 on my screen.
Come on,
no.
We got to play them a song or something. Just real. We're gonna get back to it, you know. All right, that's enough. But thumbs up. Tyra, I want to come to you now, especially like, how do you feel about the joke itself? I still haven't given my opinion, but how do you feel about the joke itself? Like my thing is this: you got a whole another group of people over here that they don't care about the joke; they just consider it a joke. Mm-hmm. You know, I haven't even said how I feel about it, if I feel it's a joke or not. But like, how are you feeling about it? It's a black woman, a black man talking about a black woman's hair, which we know is sensitive. And let me go ahead and throw this in here that I know you're talking about. Out of all of the black men in the world, Chris Rock should know, especially with this movie right here that he put out there. Like,
fire.
Come on, man. Tyra, how are you feeling about his commentary alone, and what he said about the G.I. Jane and Jada Pinkett? Let us know.
Just in comparison to some of the stuff that we've heard and seen at the Oscars over the years, or just period, some of the shit that we've heard come out of Chris Rock's mouth, that in particular, like, it was just so lighthearted because Chris being Chris and the relationship that he's been in the industry just as long as they have, if not longer. So he could have hit, like, he could have went for it. Like, a lot of people have been coming at their necks, their relationship. Like, it was a lot of, low ball stuff he could have went for. And especially if he didn't even know the dynamics of her being bald or the, the alopecia situation. And he just thought, it was just a joke. But I don't feel like it warranted that. I didn't think it was, that big of a deal to get bitch slapped in the face. Like, it was,
okay.
I felt like it was really low, like, just as far as some of the things that he could have said or some references, like, and she looks beautiful, and she's been very experimental through the years with her hair. It just didn't seem low ball, especially when before that we got the thing with Regina Hall and her kind of taking little jabs at their relationship. Like, it just, and they laughed at that very, very much so. As a couple, they laughed at the joke. And just for this to be, it didn't sit right for me to feel like the turn up needed to happen at that moment.
Yeah, I agree with her 100,000%. But also, like, every other joke from every other comedian about any other topic the rest of the night was crazier throughout the whole night. And none of them was like crazy where I'm just like, wow, that's inappropriate. But like, Chris Rock will be on the bottom of that totem pole as far as like, what's the most disrespectful for the whole night? Y'all dissing movies with people that are in, like, the people that made the movie in the arena. Like, everything was crazier than that little moment. Especially, you would expect Chris Rock to go crazy, and he didn't even go crazy after getting hit when he could have really got crazy.
I unless I'm misinterpreting what y'all said, I respectfully disagree. I thought the joke was highly inappropriate.
Yeah. Well, no, are you considering when I think that was the year that he made the joke about her deciding to boycott the Oscars, or I think that's when the Oscars So White situation was happening, and he kind of took a jab at her career as to say, you boycotting the Oscars really doesn't mean anything. Like, you're Jada Pinkett.
That's way crazier.
So let me address that right there. First of all, I don't agree with the Oscars So White campaign. I remember back then I was just like, Jada, what are you talking about? Honestly, I am not one. I don't want a black produced film to be nominated just because it's black. I want it to be just because it's the best of. And so to me, that year, just like Samuel Jackson said, what movie did she think should have been nominated that year that wasn't nominated? And I haven't met anybody that can give me an answer on that. But I still do think Chris Rock is wrong for putting her on blast like that. That was a conversation that you need to have behind closed doors. Like, she want him to boycott. Like, I heard what you're saying, Jada, but I don't agree because of XYZ. I can't rock with it. And but to say that, hey, that's like me saying that I'm boycotting Rihanna's panties. I mean, it was funny, but it was still, for me personally, I just think that was a conversation that they should have kept behind closed doors. If Will is bubbling up over that, that's not justified to me. Did I answer your question?
But okay. That, I'm just thinking like that in comparison to, hey, can't wait to see you in the, the G.I. Jane remake. Like, it just felt a little harmless, even if it's, in connection with her bald head and her hair.
Especially because,
I don't think he knew about the, why she had the hair loss.
Her hair looks good, and like a lot of women have that style intentionally. So I understand there's a condition, no problem. But number one, her hair looks good. You make that comment, okay, it's a corny little stupid joke. But you talk about her career in the 2016 or whatever it is, like, that's my like livelihood. Like, I'm trying to be good at this, and you're telling me I don't even deserve to be at the event. Like, it's way crazier. I don't compare it. Like, I think if you're gonna be hitting, then you got hit in 2016. And
y'all, I think I missed the super chat. I'm sorry. Wait, no, is this it right here? I know I found it. Armadildo, $5. G.I. Jane is a compliment. Strong, independent woman fighting stereotypes. Ricky Gervais has said worse. I see where you're coming from, but I don't know what your background is, and thank you for the $5. But to me, I just think it's real insensitive because in our community, a black woman's hair is just something that you don't joke about. It's very sensitive. Women have been denied jobs for decades because of their hair. There's tons of racist policies that women can't wear their hair this way or this way. I mean, it's just a sensitive thing. That's the number one thing that you don't talk about. And plus, especially with it being a medical condition. So I see what you're saying as far as a compliment.
But I would ask you, Brandon, like if she, Jada, is herself talking about her hair and loving it being bald, then what are we doing?
But that's not what happened though.
No, that is. But I'm saying, like, there's several videos of her going on talking about her hair journey. Like this, the TikTok is spiraling around right now because of course it's current. But she's literally saying, direct quote, "I don't give a fuck about my bald hair, da da da. I like how it looks, da da, etc. Yada yada yada." So my point is, of course, you're right. Like your hair is so important. Like even as black men, it's important. Like we go crazy. Like we not going to a new barber if that nigga moves, we moving. Like it's serious. It's a real thing. But my point is, if she's treating it this way, and I'm Chris Rock and addressing how it looks when there's nothing funny about it, like it looks fine. Like like I said, like I'm just trying to understand, like what's the
right? Okay, so but when you say when she's treating it this way, like do you think you have a full understanding of how she's treating it? Because I mean, I haven't seen any of the, like, to be honest with you, and you may know more than me. You may educate me here. I'm ignorant on the topic because I did not know that she had alopecia until last night. I didn't know that she was, being a voice out there, like, hey, this is what I'm going through, et cetera, et cetera. So she may have just been trying to be a beacon of hope to other black people or just women in general that are going through the same thing. That doesn't really mean that, and I'm not saying you're saying this, it doesn't mean that she fully embraced it, but she's just like, okay, well, damn, I'm going through this, and here's an opportunity that people can journey with me through our pain. And I'm not trying to like say this is like cancer, like it's life-threatening, but I'm not trying to dilute it either. So I just said it to say I don't really know how she feels about it. It may be very sensitive. She may cry in her pillow every night about it because
I think you're right, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. Your point is that she could be saying these things, but inside she might still not feel so confident about it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But then I would say, Will Smith, if anyone, your husband would know that you're dealing with this behind the scenes, and he would know what's off limits and what's on limits. So when you heard that joke, if you really knew your wife was crying every night about her hair, feeling sad about it, when you heard that joke, you wouldn't be laughing and kikiing.
Here's the thing to that though, because even in his speech, he said, in this business line of business, we have to like take insults. So, people can say anything about us. We just supposed to like laugh it off. He did that. Yeah. And then he looked at his wife and he was just like, "Oh, right. Oh, fuck, I gotta defend her. Like, you know what? I ain't gotta do that right now." Yeah,
that wasn't a real laugh.
At the end of the day, everybody else gonna turn on you. Like the whole industry, the whole world, all them gonna turn on you. You look over at the person you go home with, the person you care about,
the Oscar goes
and
to.
they hurt.
Of course.
It's the hell with everybody else. I don't care what I'm putting at risk. I gotta make sure this person I love is all right.
Yeah.
Big dog, that's a good point. I respect that. That's a good, very good point. But I would then argue, if I'm Will Smith, you would say like you take shots at me, no problem, but don't mess with my wife. So as soon as that moment hit, I just have a hard time putting myself in that zone because like if you clown me, then it's like, okay, I got to deal with it. I got to roll with the punches. When you clown my wife, it's like, look, like we're not really doing this. And like it happens a lot in the Oscars or any Grammys and all that. When the comedians make jokes that the people don't like, they don't always fake laughs. You get the dead stares. You get the SMHs. Like you get the reaction. Like, no, that's not cool. That's not funny. But instantly, right away, if it was that big of a deal, he could have easily just been like, chill, like, nah, that's not it. Like you sat there and cursed from the seat after you hit him, but you could have had that same little energy and right away, and then Chris would have known, like, oh shit, that's not okay. But I got it.
As Will Smith, as we seen Will Smith in the public eye, what is he known to do? Try to make people feel comfortable. That's what he's known to do. And that's
in
what
that moment,
doing,
then how would you explain that moment then? Like, I'm just asking your opinion now. Like in that moment, then he looks at her. Then what? He's like, all right, just fuck it. Like, fuck everything. This is it. Like, this is the moment.
It's like I no longer have to put on that smile because like she's not smiling. It's like she's okay. She's letting me know visibly this is not okay. It's like, all right, bet. Because if let's say, for example, if Jada smiles too, this goes off, nothing happens. And she could have still felt some type of way. But if she was smiling, it'd just be like, whatever. But he looks at her and she's not smiling. So now, granted, him getting up, going on stage, slapping him, I feel like that's the most extreme point that he could like go to.
Yes.
But in his mind, it's just like, I have to do something. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. And it's not like this dude is like you if you in the club and like somebody push your girl, like it's really now or never. Like you might never see that nigga again. Like that's Chris Rock. Like I'm gonna see you in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And not only that, like you might win your first Oscar in like 5 minutes. Like you like if I would be thinking like, damn, like if I already won this shit, I would have stole off on this nigga. Like, but I might not win this, and I could win this. Yeah. And I can see this nigga at the after party, at behind the scenes, at the press, and we can have this one-on-one squared up so these white people don't see us fighting on this stage. Like, at what point Will Smith, one of the most calculated people in our hero, like, at what point did things change that this happened? We wouldn't expect this from Kanye West.
Yeah. But okay, but hear me out. I completely
hold on one second. I said hold on one second. What's up, Larry?
My fault. I got you.
You good? What's up, Larry?
What's going on, man?
How you doing? Thank you for being here.
I just want to say, I think I figured it out.
I was gonna say I want you to jump in after one take. I just wanted to say what's up because you was
okay.
You know,
go for it. One take.
Yeah. Hop in after one take. Go ahead, bro. One take.
Oh shit! I lost my train of thought.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I was saying how like you could have waited till the backstage. Like I was like, what happened in that moment? That's what we were talking about. Like you know where to find him. Is what
true.
I was
that is completely true. But I think in that moment, after he looked at her and he finally like got the green light, it was no longer everything turned off. I don't care about this award. I don't care about these people. I don't care that we're on TV. It's up right now in this very moment. And that's it.
That was the green light? That's crazy. And it looked like a green light to me. It looked like a yellow.
Willie Jean, thank you so much for the super chat. Because of Jada's disrespect and exposing their relationship, Will has been getting dragged. This would just be his tipping point. Thank you for the super chat, but I have no sympathy for those jokes. That they stupid for putting it out there. And so, but thank you for the super chat. What's up, Elliot?
What's up, everybody? I'm trying to fly
already, man.
Fly.
You know what I'm saying?
My apologies.
Yeah. And Tyra, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I just want to hear from some people that just came in.
No,
so
it's fine.
You know,
I'm just not getting the this was the goal. We've just seen so much, but for that to be like the tipping point, it's just a lot to accept. Just enough to go up and bitch slap somebody on live TV, like.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. Like I just feel like there were so many opportunities and moments, and then there comes into a question of who it was, the race, the type of relationship that they have, the industry, like, and it just feels like if it was anybody else or a different scenario, would you have still reacted that way, or was this just a stem from the Oscars so white boycott situation? And I think that intensified, like, here you go yet again with my wife's name in your mouth. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not feeling that shit. Like, I don't know, it had to be something, because that just couldn't have been it.
Larry, get in there.
First of all, I don't know if this has been said or not, but I have come to the conclusion that Will Smith didn't slap Chris Rock. He slapped August. That's what that was. He slapped August. He put all that he could not do on his wife's boyfriend. I mean, when you have all this angst built up because your son and your wife are sleeping with the same nooker, I mean, after a while, you just can't take it anymore. He rolled up on stage and he didn't slap Chris Rock. He slapped August. It just happened to Chris Rock was a vessel, since he wants to talk about vessels, Chris Rock was just a vessel and he took the brunt of it. But in all seriousness, that was just a straight up embarrassment to our people. And from someone that people do not likely think that it should have come from. But I'll tell you who was not an embarrassment was Chris Rock. Because if you watch that tape again, after he got slapped, there was a quick moment when he flexed up and then he realized where he was and he said, nope, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So while Will Smith was up there talking about he was protecting his family, Chris Rock was protecting all of our families. Chris Rock was protecting our people in that moment, because if he would have flexed on him and just did what he wanted to do, what his instinct was telling him to do, he would have been just another nigga out there, and there would have been 1 billion plus people around the world watching two men with millions and millions and millions of dollars between them, acting like just some straight up hoodlums. I mean,
Larry, how do you feel about Chris Rock's comment? Do you think it was inappropriate, or if you just looking at that?
It was a movie themed joke at a movie award show, and I thought it was completely appropriate. I thought it was funny. Hell, it looked like Will Smith thought it was funny until he looked over and saw his wife was all in her feelings about it, and then all of a sudden he had to change. He didn't go up there to protect her honor. He went up there on some ego stuff.
Yeah, you missed it before, but that's why I agree with One Take in saying that I think that was just a fake laugh. He always does that with every ha ha ha. I mean, he says that he said that in interviews that's just how he comes across, because he doesn't want to hide the pain. I just want to throw that in there real quick.
Well, that's on him then. Okay, that's on him. If you make $350 million and you're in a position in Hollywood that rarely anybody is, and nonetheless black people, and you still can't find a way to be honest with yourself and your audience and your peers, that's on you. That's on you, because I don't know about any of you up here, but I don't think any of us up here have $350 million or how much ever he's worth. We're all a bunch of YouTubers up here trying to do our thing, and most of us are brutally honest with each other and our audiences. So I just have little sympathy for him in that fact. Chris Rock is a stand-up comedian. This brother was out there. This is the thing. If you go to, and we have seen this, it's not like we don't know what to expect from the Oscars. For the last couple of decades, through the Billy Crystal years and the Chris Rock and they tried to get Kevin Hart. Even this year, when you had stand-up comedians like Wanda Sykes and Amy Schumer, when you have a show that does this thing every year where it's comedy, they roast Hollywood's elite, they tell jokes that are sometimes funny, sometimes are cringeworthy, sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. But if you take yourself to a show and you sit yourself in the front row, it doesn't matter if you're on a Hollywood's elite or you're just an average Joe who got free tickets to the Laugh Factory, and you sit in the front row, the chances are your ass is going to get clowned by a comedian, because that is what they do. That's what you pay there. That's what you pay him to do. Okay. He's a stand-up comedian. They paid him to show up and make jokes, and he made jokes.
Ellie, thank you, Larry. I agree with some of that.
Team Rock.
Team Rock. So Brian Andrews, $4.99. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. So far, Larry, Chris, and Tyra, I think, are Team Rock. I think One Take is a bit leaning on the Team Will Smith. Okay. Elliot, how you wait? Real quick.
Can I say one last thing before we move on?
Let me do this real quick. Baby Bruce at $10. Thank you so much. It's an award show, and he's a comedian. I don't agree with the joke, but they should know comedians go at everybody.
So true.
I agree with half of that, but I can't just. This is how I feel personally. You can't just say, "Okay, I'm gonna be a comedian," and just say whatever the hell you want to say. There has to be a line somewhere. But thank you for the
If that joke was the line, then we doomed as a society.
No.
Real quick, to pass to Elliot, okay?
All right.
No, I said real quick and then pass to Elliot.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is that he didn't touch her. If he walked up there, well, I had something else to say, but I forgot what it was. So I'm just gonna say this to that point. If Chris Rock had went down there into the crowd, like sometimes these presenters and hosts do, and rubbed her head and said, you should be you should be the next cast member on Atlanta's, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because you got all that peach fuzz, then I would see Will Smith smacking the hell out of him. But he didn't touch her. He made a single joke. One joke. That was it. Right. It wasn't even like he stayed on her for 30 seconds or a minute. He made like one joke.
Thank you, Zia. Please DM me or Mara if y'all need more moderators. Let me know. And after this, Just Don $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Just Don. I do appreciate it. You're keeping the lights on.
And Elliot, when I remember what I want to say, I'll interrupt you then.
Okay. Elliot, man, thank you for being here, bro.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Look, I'm gonna have to watch the replay to get everyone's thoughts on everything. But you said the tally was Chris was team Rock.
I'm team Rock, 100.
Struggles was Rock.
And Larry's
one
Rock.
take and Larry's okay.
One take is Will, right?
Will, okay. So we got one Will.
Yeah,
We got one
yeah,
Will in the house, big Will. One take. Hey, listen, Will. I grew up with him. Hero. Love the guy. But I don't know if we know Will Smith like we thought we did, man. Like I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't read his whole book, but I've heard some of the Q notes of it, and he came out and said that he don't even know who Will Smith is, right? This whole 20+ year persona of happy man, happy family, happy wife, those cracks have been exposed, my friend. So I mean, team, I don't have a dog in this fight. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not a big Chris Rock fan as it is. I don't find him funny. If I'm being honest with you, and I don't know the extent of him knowing that she had, what she's suffering through. Which if he did, I mean, that's bad on him. But if he didn't, I don't find a joke funny at all. If I'm being honest, like I don't even.
What's it?
The only reference I get to a joke is me knowing the movie. I guess he's saying Jada's the man of the house. I don't know. Is that the
it's just
joke?
It's just a buzz cut. It's like being if you're in the army, then you have a buzz cut. That's why you would be in G.I. Jane too.
Okay.
It was a reference to Demi Moore after she cut her hair off for G.I. Jane. It was. I thought it was an appropriate joke considering that it was a movie reference joke at a movie awards show. I thought it was a perfectly appropriate joke.
I thought this was one of the worst jokes you could tell to a black
I don't
woman.
find I don't find Chris Rock funny.
It just was. It wasn't funny, but it wasn't funny either.
But imagine him preparing for the Oscars, and he's like, "All right, who's sitting where? Oh, Will and Jada. All right, okay, I can't say that. Can't say that. I know he gonna kill me if I say that." And he's like, "Let me just talk about G.I. Jane. No one's gonna care about that." And then now look at us.
But then he was Gina Hall come in and say like, "Oh yeah, she could share her husband. I know Jada wouldn't mind. Like I know they have an open marriage. Like that's totally that hits her.
That's different though. That's different.
Well, that goes back to my point where Larry said about, and not as far as like seeing Augustine, whatever the dude's name is. I don't think it's a joke. I don't think he got pissed because of the joke. I think he was just. I want to know that I will pay for the person to come out who had the angle. When you see Will laugh and we cut to Chris, I want to see that look of what Jada gave him to know that this is time to go up there to defend you. I want to see that angle. I don't even think it was a look. I think he just like ha and just took it away. I just think he.
You know what he should have done? Since Lupita was right there behind Jada, he should have made a joke about her joining the Dora Milaje. That would have been better. That would have landed better.
It would have been a better joke, like execution-wise, but it wouldn't have had a different result. Like it's
still the same reference to her.
I don't think he should have changed anything. I thought he was funny, and I hope. I mean, personally, with Chris Rock, I hope he goes hard on them because he has a new series coming out, a new tour. I hope he goes hard on them for like 15 solid minutes. If he has like an hour and a half set, I hope he gives them like a good 15 minutes of just lambasting them. Because they deserve it. I don't like bitch-ass bitches.
Let me throw my 2 cents in there finally. Then we're gonna come to Eman. What's good, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, Eman, I watched your live stream last night. Can I borrow some money?
Y'all, everybody here, today's information is in the description box of this video, and it's on my channel tab as well. I think they're both wrong. If that wasn't obvious from Will, you can't just put your hands on people, man, like that. He shouldn't have done it. I wish he didn't do it, but I'm not mad at you for doing it. You know what I'm saying? I feel Chris Rock deserved that one. Yeah, I was laughing. I was like, why did you do it? And Chris Rock, you wrong too, man. That joke was highly inappropriate to me. It's just, I brought up the.
And then Brandon, real quick, Brandon, is your answer if Chris Rock knew the condition, or is it either way?
Either way. I mean, a black woman's hair to me is just off. It's just restricted regardless.
Everybody's different, bro.
And it's the audience. That's a joke that you do at the crib behind closed doors. You don't do that live.
Everybody's different. Like I wouldn't mind if I know. Like, don't make me start. I'll take off this wig right now.
Don't do that.
I don't mind.
I'm joking.
I don't mind.
5 seconds ago, it wasn't cool to talk about it.
it's about inner beauty. Like if somebody like you's like, oh my God, Tyra, you look horrible with your like. I know I look good either way. I can rock a bald head right now and it'll still be fabulous. Like, and she's been really progressive with her looks. She's been bald before, if I'm not mistaken, and it wasn't due, to her condition. But she's been known to rock. I know her like more so for her short hair than anything. Like she's beautiful and she knows that. I think it was just more so that it came from anything coming from Chris Rock was just bad, just stemming off of the relationship that they have. I think it's still, some heat because of what was said prior to them and why she wanted to boycott the Oscars and the joke he made as far as her career. I don't think it was so much the joke. I thought it was appropriate. It wasn't funny. Like Chris Rock ain't been funny in a minute. It wasn't funny, but it wasn't inappropriate either. I didn't think it was that serious.
Before I come to Eman, I just want to grab a few of these. Hater Herder 499. People forget Demi Moore left older husband Bruce Willis for a younger Ashton Kutcher. What if this was a conclusion Will Smith came to with a show?
IMDb had that question.
Thank you for the super chat. We do appreciate it over here. We also got Debbie Thompson, $10. This was disgraceful. Will needs his award revoked. We need to talk about that. There is a code of conduct. First he laughs, and then he's a tough guy. Please speak truth, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Debbie, for the super chat. We do appreciate it. We're gonna talk about should it be revoked, and actually, like, what does that mean? Does it really matter? Can that mean anything? Also got another one. Where is it at? Check. Chris already said he did not know about her condition. Will jumped the gun on this over a joke about a hairstyle. Simple as that. I got you. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I do appreciate it. And thank you. Ain't gonna happen. You guys are nailing this. Will Smith has some mental stuff going on. It seems obvious. There may be some truth to that. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that as well.
I give their marriage 2 years.
Oh, I didn't want to say it, but
they've gone through enough.
No, I'm giving it 2 years. At this point,
thank you.
At this point, she's a liability. She's a liability because Will Smith is not just an actor. He's a brand. He is a money-making venture for a lot of people, and she is a liability. It's just like any other business liability. When it becomes too great of a problem, you get rid of it. And I very much see at some point I see you guys shaking your head, but I see very much at some point his agents and his PR people saying this doesn't work anymore. Either you're going to have to make a choice that it's either going to be your career or it's going to be her. And I'm not sure she's going to win out. I'm not sure she's going to win out, especially since people keep talking about she's just a beard anyways. So I don't know.
Eman, get in there. Hold on. After this, thank you, FMD 1999. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Eman, get in there, sir.
So a lot, and I apologize. I just wanted to be in the video, so I didn't catch everything. So my bad, y'all. If I repeat some things or whatnot.
You good, bro?
Did y'all talk about Will's apology? Like he just just now posted.
No. Is it
someone in the chat said it, but we didn't see it.
Okay, so he
apologized to Chris.
Yes, this was directed to Chris. So
is it on Instagram?
That's fine, huh?
Is it on? Instagram?
It's on his Instagram.
What happened? Uncle Denny made him do it?
No, just to sum it up, he just said violence ain't cool. I apologize to Chris. Yada yada yada. There you go. There it is, right there. So at least if anybody was in doubt, Will Smith even acknowledges that he was wrong in this case. Okay,
let me read it because I ain't violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There's no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for us all. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. Well, right on, Will. That was nice, and thank you for bringing it to our attention, Eman. And keep going, sir.
So and I don't know how many people have had an opportunity to read Will's book, his latest book. I highly recommend it. It's super insightful, and if you read it, you'll see all the signs were there, right? Like a lot of the stuff makes sense, and it's one of the reasons why I've even said when this happened, Will was wrong in what he did, and I don't condone the violence, but I perfectly understand where he's coming from, because everything that happened, yeah, we could talk about the joke not being that big of a deal or whatever, but you don't know what he's carried all this way for that straw to break the camel's back.
It doesn't matter.
Kind of what happened with him. Like basically when he saw, because everybody was talking about how he was laughing at first and then looked at Jada, and then all of a sudden it got serious. That just was triggering for him, because what I believe he saw based on his book and everything was his mama being abused, his friends being abused, him thinking that he was a coward for years in his life for not protecting the people that he loved and that were close to him. And like all that stuff for him psychologically probably just came to a boiling point, because we have to think about the fact that this was an extraordinary situation. Didn't nobody have Will Smith smacking anybody on their 2022 bingo card? Like Vegas did not have that on the bets. It just was not happening. So this was clearly something out of pocket for Will. And, it's just one of those things where it's kind of like he reached a point that, nobody could have seen that coming. And I really hope everybody or anybody can really drop this story of this being staged. I don't know why people keep saying this. Yeah. If anybody's holding on to this, like literally, I'm trying to help y'all. It's real. He hit him. This is not WWE. It was not fake. It was not staged. They can still take advantage of this though, because I fully expect the red table talk to happen, and that's gonna have even higher ratings than the damn Oscars too. But yeah, this was a messy situation. It sucks. I don't know if y'all talked about it or not, but it's I know the Oscars too black thing started to trend as well. This is wow. I've compared this to the Janet Jackson Nipplegate situation with the Super Bowl, because they invited y'all in, they gave y'all the nominations and the awards, and they let y'all produce it
and acted a damn
fool. This is what happens. Y'all turned it to the Source Awards.
I personally don't care about that narrative at all.
I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if the next Oscars is the whitest, safest looking thing that you've ever seen. That's all I'm saying. And we're gonna have to
That's too much.
Accept BET Awards.
Brandon,
and no, that goes into what Larry said earlier about, I don't like people making it the narrative that Will Smith is like the face of blackness. Like if you've messed it up for everybody.
Right.
Like
thank you.
That's another reason why we're getting the reaction that we got from him for so many years. It's been placed upon his shoulders to maintain this, he's the funny guy. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. He has been that for decades, and he slips up one time, even though it was wrong. Like you can't negate like what he has going on mentally. I think personally he just needs to take a sabbatical from everything and just relax. Like you can't put everything on his back and just say, well, see now they're not gonna let us in no more. God damn it, Will, like you messed it up for all the black people. That's why he's acting like this. He's been, happen to have this facade, whether it's him as a man, his marriage, like he has to been this, this picture of perfection and black love for years. And now that he's not that, and it's kind of chipping away at him and his career, Larry, they got 2 years. Like, it's just sad that like, I can't even mess up. I can't even mess up. And when I can't mess up, I mess up in the worst way and slap the shit out of somebody that I've probably had a relationship with in Hollywood for years. Like, give that man some room.
Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead.
I just want to say, all of that is true, and I totally agree with you. But we also are living in America.
Yeah.
So when we sit here and talk about like everything is on Will, it's not that just we put that on him. I argue that it's actually white supremacy ideology.
Oh, yeah.
It's white people that look at him. If you look at a lot of the celebrities, the white celebrities specifically, they were on Twitter and on social media talking about he could have killed him. Oh, this is a travesty. I mean,
Judd Apatow.
They were exaggerating this thing like it was like he was gonna murder him. He should be arrested. And like I was sitting there,
they was in the building giving him a standing ovation. Like Will didn't lose nothing, and he had the opportunity. This apology is trash too. You had the opportunity, like. Think about how crazy that is to do this moment, and then you get to win. You get to go on that stage. You can say anything you want. Like I really thought, I was like, oh well, if now that he wins, he's gonna squash it. He's gonna say, me and Chris gonna work this out, and then the narrative will change by the time we wake up in the morning. But he does not. He chooses to thank the Academy, and to thank and to apologize to the Academy and apologize to the nominees. To please the white people, to keep you to come back, so I can come back next year. I apologize so I can come back next year. That's the exact words.
I wouldn't apologize to Chris either. I just got through slapping him. What I'm gonna apologize? I just got through slapping him. Then why you apologizing on your Instagram
right
now?
Well, here's another thing.
Well, why did you apologize to him today then?
Because of emotions. Y'all are using logic in hindsight. When people are in their emotions, they don't think straight. He was not about to sit here and undo the emotional win that he had by smacking this dude to protect his wife. That's why his whole speech was about, I wanted to protect those that I love. So every single one of us could be like, you should be apologizing to Chris, but he wasn't in that frame of mind. Afterwards, I'm pretty sure his publicist, his mama, and everybody else was like, yo, you was wrong, bruh. And then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, Chris, my bad. You know, so like,
but then what's the point?
You don't get that's the thing. That's the thing, though.
Hold on. Pound the pavement. Thank you for the super chat. We do appreciate it. You're a vet, so thank you. Go ahead, Larry.
When you're making tens of millions of dollars for every film you do, you don't get to have public outbursts like that. You don't get to have those types of emotions like that. You have those things need to be managed. Because when someone's paying you, they're not. It doesn't matter if that's all it takes is one time. That's all it. No, that you don't get to have emotion. I said you don't get to have public emotional outbursts. Like it only takes one time, especially like white people can do that. Sometimes
that is true.
Not all the time.
Like,
sometimes black people don't get to do that all the time.
Entire black community on his back. And he just want to.
No one asked him to put the black community on his back. No one asked him to put the black community on his back. He put that. He took on that responsibility.
No, he didn't.
He decided to have that persona. He decided to have this safe. No. He decided to have this safe white world safe idea of what a black man is that makes him comfortable. He decided to carry that persona. He could have been anything that he wanted to be. Martin Lawrence decided, I don't want to be that. I'm going to act a fool. Jamie Foxx decided he wanted to be.
That's what Chris Rock did. Out there. I would put that label on Chris Rock.
He decided that he wanted to carry that. He wanted to carry that weight. That's on him. No, you can't carry the weight. Don't carry the weight. No one's saying you have to.
I think it's much bigger than that because this is not something that is only exclusive to Will Smith. Black people in America, period, have always had to carry this ridiculous burden.
I get that.
Better than
I understand that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the higher you up on that pedestal, the more that like it's just like with Obama. Obama couldn't even wear a freaking tan suit, you know without having some criticism.
He never smacked anybody either. You know all the people that talked about his wife, people that superimposed her face on gorillas and everything else. You didn't see him run up on some Republican and smack the shit out of him.
Was they in front of him though? Were they in front of him?
Yes, I mean, the dude was giving a State of the Union speech, and a Republican yelled out, "You lie!" Insulted the man to his face on the floor of the House. He said, "You lie."
Well, hold on, Larry. Would you have been mad at Obama? Would you have been mad at Obama for calling his wife a monkey, though? If he slapped him? Because I wouldn't. I would have been like, "Head of F, yeah."
Hell yes, I would have been mad because I would have said, what you do is you tell Secret Service, go pick that man up and take him to the White House, and we're gonna go ahead and work this out on the back lawn of the White House on the basketball court.
Well,
that's what you do. You go tune his ass up in private.
Delivered to faces. But that's just
you tune his ass up in private. When you are someone like that, you are no longer representing yourself or your family. You are representing all of us and all of our families, and that is the way it is, whether you like it or not.
So, Larry, you're saying in his whole career, he does not get one time to have a moment ever.
Bro, he been
in public. You don't get to make those mistakes. You don't get to make those mistakes.
And I think mentally, that's why he's where he is now, because he never got the leverage to make that kind of mistake.
I get you, but that's why you get paid tens of millions of dollars so that you can go alleviate that stress. You can go rent an island and run around naked and fish and jet ski. You can go drink all the finest wines and buy toys and travel and see the universe if you want to. You can call Richard Branson and go off into space if you want to. That's why you make money to alleviate that stress.
So money now fixes mental trauma.
So money can buy stress relief.
Come on, so really? So what happened with Robert? What happened with Robin Williams? I mean, he had a bunch of money too, and we see what happened with him. All the stuff he was going through. Money don't just guarantee mental.
Robin Williams was mentally ill. He had mental illness issues. He needed medication. That's what he needed. He did not. It wasn't the money issue with him. He needed to be regulated medically.
Didn't you just say
every other person?
Didn't you just say wait? Didn't you just say Will Smith is going through mental things too?
Yeah.
Just because you're going through mental something doesn't mean that you need medication. Doesn't mean that you have a chemical imbalance because you're going through something. All kinds of people go through stuff and they're not chemically imbalanced. Robin Williams was chemically imbalanced.
Hold on real quick. Puma Lee, I think the stress of his past caught up with Will, childhood trauma, infidelity, and being criticized. He should talk to Chris in private. Black Lives Matter, recast T'Challa. What's up, Eman? Just my opinion. Thank you so much, Puma Lee.
He needs to stop worrying about what Chris has in his mouth and worry about what his wife has in hers. That's what he needs to do.
Bro.
Leave that one alone.
One take. What was you about to say?
No. Me personally, it is what it is. He better than me because I never get famous. Because y'all gonna be like, oh, I don't want to associate myself with One Take. Because One Take slapping the hell out of everybody. If they disrespect me or my people, I don't care what stage we on, is up. You call me ignorant or whatever. I don't know. At the end of the day, you see how many people will turn against you. You know who you got when you go home? Your people. That's who's the most important. I don't care about none of that other stuff.
Oh, really?
Will only did that. That was a bitch ass move. He only did that because it was someone like Chris Rock. Like some people are saying, oh, he wouldn't have done that to The Rock, or he wouldn't have done that to Dave Chappelle. How about this? He wouldn't have done that to Louis C.K. He wouldn't have done that to a white person.
I would have loved to see that
because Will has he slapped a white reporter.
Yeah, because the reporter was nobody. Because he was nobody.
But that reporter went into his personal space. That's a different violation.
Right. And I get that, but I'm just saying we don't have a basis to say whether, because nobody would have said Will would never slap Chris Rock. You don't have a basis to say that. We never expected this. So how would you say what he could potentially do? At this point, I think because he's at a certain age with all the crap he's had, he just had a breaking moment. That was it. He just broke.
Let me ask you
what's going to happen.
Because he's Will, he's not allowed to do that though.
Right.
No, see, here's the thing.
That does not excuse his behavior.
No,
it's not an excuse. I want people to understand just because we're giving a foundation of understanding of what happened does not mean we're justifying it. We're just saying he's fallible. He made a mistake. And guess what? If anybody happened to walk in somebody else's shoes that has been abused or that has witnessed domestic violence or has gone through whatever heartbreak or whatever trauma that he has, it's possible. Just
I will say this:
Batman and Superman, whatever. All it takes is one bad day.
Eman, I'll say this. I'm not saying that he should have his award taken away. I've heard some people say that. I'm not saying he should have his award taken away.
That won't happen.
But I will say this. He should have had his ass escorted out of the room, and he should not have had the honor of accepting that award in that moment.
I'll give you that.
Just the way the same way that
I'm cool
hold
with
on,
that.
let me
I'm cool
explain
with
why.
that.
The same way that he ruined that moment for the documentary team that just had that was supposedly winning their award, for all the people afterwards that were winning their awards, and they had all of that all their shine taken away in that whole evening, overshadowed by his recklessness. He should have been escorted out of the building, and even if he won the award, he should not have been given the honor of accepting it.
That wouldn't have changed anything.
Let me come to Elliot real quick. I want to piggyback off what Larry said, but I want to hear from Elliot. It's been a minute. Do you agree with Larry? Because I actually do. I do agree that he should not have been allowed to still sit there. He should have been escorted out. Elliot, how do you feel about that? And with this article right here, if he did violate the code of conduct, will he lose his Oscar? And what does that actually mean? And or does it matter? How do you feel?
Well, to Larry's point, 100% agree with him in regards to escorting Will off the stage, because that was that moment.
Feel weird. All this agreeing with me is making me tingle.
Well, no, I totally agree with you there. And another thing that I will say, even though with some of the stuff Larry was saying, I do know that there is a level of understanding what he's saying in regards to there's levels to it, right? There's levels to celebrityism. There's levels to accepting that who you are on a daily basis. It's what he signed up for. He is a human being, but no one forced him to be, who he is today. He created that lane, and it's a certain image that you have to, regardless of. We're talking about it as regular people that, how we would react to that. It's completely different than someone that's been in the industry and in the limelight for the last 30 years of life. It's a completely different lifestyle. So I kind of understand what Larry's referring to in regards to, yes, you're a human, but you have been trained for years for moments of being disrespected, your family, it doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's different levels to it. But going to that article there, no, you don't strip the man of his award. You strip half of Hollywood's of their awards of all the conduct they do from way more atrocious things than what we saw last night. I mean, again, not to
Gibson.
Bring up exactly. I mean, there's a line to it. So you're going to be calling a lot of actors to get the award back if that's the case. So that line does not need to be established because it's blurry lines, a slippery slope.
My only pushback though is that no one else assaulted anybody. But let me know if I'm wrong or looking at it the wrong way.
Well, look at it's a slippery slope. It's too crazy. If you take away Will's, you got to go down the line. Like he said, it's like. But look at the headlines. Look at this is what we got to deal with the next day. You won your first Oscar, and no one gives a fuck.
Nobody.
No one gives a damn about that. And then you almost ruined it. And then imagine Chris Rock hits you back. Now, boom, the show over. Questlove don't get to stand up there and get his Oscar. Now they got to email this dude and send him the damn meme with it, the NFT Oscar. And it's like you lose all that. Then you get a chance to really go out there, and then it just proves what world we live in, a simulation. Will Smith gets to go back, hit this dude in the face, sit down in the same seat, the first row seat, dapping people up, dapping the next winner. He gets to win him his award. They clap and they crying like nothing happened. Chris Rock's in the back what's happening right now? None of it makes sense. And then you give me this half-assed apology violence is unacceptable. You talking about God working through you. God don't work like that. I ain't been to church in a minute, but I don't think he worked like that last time I checked. It's what narrative? If I told you, yo, Will Smith hit Chris Rock, these are the jokes that were all said all night. Which one you think it was? No one's going to say about the stupid haircut thing. It's we need to just dissect, what's Will Smith going through? Because that means if he went to the Chick-fil-A and they forgot the barbecue sauce, don't disrespect my wife. She want extra barbecue sauce every time I come through here. And then we would be well, everyone's got their breaking points. He's been through a lot. You're an adult. No, facts, but Chick-fil-A give you mad barbecue sauce. They don't want to do that. But it's you got Denzel. Denzel's probably talking to this dude this dude. I talk to my son like this. You're a grown. Why am I even here? Tyler Perry's probably what am I even doing here? Right. Will Smith, you're supposed to be the one doing that for NBA YoungBoy and these kids. This is so twisted, none of it makes sense. So it's I don't understand. I see where he's coming from, but Will Smith, you just can't.
That's why Will will never be Denzel.
Can I get 2,220 people to subscribe to my channel right now? Just hit the subscribe button, the like button, please. It will make my day. Everybody
slap that like button.
I'll take
smash the likes. My fault. I just had to say.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna lose.
Brandon, hours.
Yes.
I don't think he's gonna lose that award though, because Elliot
he shouldn't lose.
That's gonna be an ugly precedent, and they're not gonna be able to keep up with that. And honestly, when I was looking at like some of the code of conduct or whatever they were talking about, they're very vague with it, and they leave it very open. They just say like the academy doesn't condone any form of abuse. And that is open to interpretation. And if you notice in Will Smith's speech, he said, we have to endure abuse. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, I wonder if he would try and appeal it and be like, oh, yeah, I might have physically abused Chris Rock, but he verbally abused my wife. So how you know, like, I could see them just having that little semantic battle. But abuse his wife, if they do something, I could totally see it just be something like, to us, it'll be like a slap on the wrist. But they'll probably like suspend them. Be like, all right, you can't come to the next year's award. I think maybe they kick him out too crazy, like the voting body. They just say you're out of the academy, but that doesn't stop people from voting him in either.
If what Chris Rock did,
even if he's not in the academy, so
if what Chris Rock did was abuse, then they might as well just stop having comedians host, and they should just go ahead and get like Don Lemon and Jake Tapper to host, because
that's why I mean,
because I mean, in all seriousness, dude let off one really innocuous joke that just like Will Smith. I mean, either that dude's skin has gotten so thin or something, because that was just. I mean, I heard it and I was like, wait a minute. If I had heard somebody got into a fight over that joke, I'd been like, over that joke? Really?
The action did not match the reaction, right? That's the real thing. Now, if Will had like not gone up there and all he said was, keep my wife's name out your mouth, and if he just did that, it would have been like, okay.
And then Chris Rock would have done that. He would have definitely moved on, like that's it. He's not touching this no more. That's it.
It still would have been awkward. But people would have moved on, and that's because that's what you do at a comedy show. You get heckled, you get yelled back, and then you just move on. But I don't know.
Do any of y'all think that this is going to affect his career? Like he's not going.
No.
Okay.
Not at all. He got a standing ovation 10 minutes later.
I'm going to go see I Am Legend 2.
Comeback story. Yeah.
With Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Thank you so much.
We're gonna go see that.
Yeah, because there's a saying that, no matter how big of a splash you make, eventually nobody cares. And I think that's true. But a lot of people are saying that he's never going to live this down.
That's true. It's always going to be a stain.
If he had slashed anybody else, I think and it's sad just because it was another black man and it was Chris Rock. It's like, it's just
bro, like, do you realize that Chris Brown beat up Rihanna? And we know that for a fact. And he's dancing all over the Grammys like every year.
That's true.
Like nobody. Like
they should have canceled him like they did R. Kelly.
I just feel like we've been talking a whole lot about Will Smith. I feel like we just do need to acknowledge how much of a straight up G Chris Rock is, because that dude took that hit. He flexed like he was about to go for it, and he remembered where he was and said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm a professional. I'm a hold on and hold back." And he did. And then on top of that, when he could have gone into straight just BI mode, he said, no, I'm not going to press charges. Yes, the LAPD came and asked, and no, I'm not pressing charges. Because he could have just went and been like, yo, this nigga embarrassed me in front of the whole damn planet. Yeah, I'm pressing charges. I'm going full and he didn't.
Now, I don't think Chris was going to square up.
Yeah, I don't think.
But
but if you look at that show, there was a second. If you look at that smack, there's a second where Chris was about to flex. He did, and then he stopped.
He's in shock. He's not about to square up. He's like,
I don't know. I think he was about to. I think he was taking a. I think he was about to take a posture, and then he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Chris Rock came.
It looked like as soon as he realized that Will was walking away,
it's like he was waiting on the slap.
Yeah,
say that again.
I say it's just so off to me that he placed his hand, like you see somebody coming towards you,
Will Smith
in aggression, and you place your hands behind your back and lean forward. Like, what does it mean? Like,
because there's no way that he would have thought that would happen.
I think he completely underestimated him, because right there, you see. Here's the thing: if this was Diddy, if it was 50 Cent, if it was anybody else approaching, you'd be like, "All right, man, what's going on?"
Right, you guys see,
But it's Will Smith, Mr. Smiley, Mr.
He thought it was a joke.
Style.
He thought it was a
He's not
joke.
threatening to people.
The safe Negro.
Yeah, so for
Will
him,
was smiling, walking up to him.
And walking back. Of course, 100% agree.
He might have put him. He might have given him a noogie or something. He might have put him in a little friendly headlock. Like there was no cause for alarm.
He smoked it.
No, I
And I'm just saying it's so exceptional because if
I just hope Dave Chappelle does a set on this.
Really hit me.
I just hope Dave Chappelle does a set on this because he's gonna let him have. He's coming with no gloves. He's not even gonna take the gloves off. He's gonna come in the room with no gloves on, and I just can't wait to see if he does.
Hey, we got.
I hope comedians from all over the globe come and unite against this silliness, and I hope they call the front row of every comedy club the Will and Jada row. You know,
I just want to clarify. So you don't feel that. So I mean, we all agree that what Will Smith did was wrong. You can't put your hands on him, but you don't feel that Chris Rock did anything wrong at all.
No, I feel like if you go and sit in the front row of a comedy show, and the Oscars have been, and for years, decades, have been a comedy / award show. And if you come to a comedy show and you sit in the front row and you get roasted, don't get mad. You know what to expect. You can't act like Will didn't know what to expect from the Oscars. He's been nominated before. He's been there. He's seen the show. You know what to expect.
Go ahead, one time.
Yeah. So you ain't never seen a comic get beat up for they sex? You ain't never seen a comic get beat up for their sex?
I've seen some thin-skinned, butthurt people that can't take it. It's like if you can't take getting roasted, don't go sit up in the front of a comedy show. I've never seen anybody in the back row of a comedy show get roasted.
I get bad about it. If you say something, I'm like, you don't even know me personally. You
don't sit in the front row though. That's the thing.
But it was open one day.
Don't sit in the front row. That's like don't go and wear brand new kicks in a white suit to a damn Gallagher concert and expect you're gonna leave clean.
James' point, like Brandon, let me just talk on James' point real quick. You had the comment up there. It's like he said the Oscars to me is not a comedy routine, and I respect that. But the Oscars to the Oscars is a comedy routine. That's why they call people like Chris Rock to sit. Right. Exactly. You got three comedians open the show. Like that's how it is. So it's not like this is like somebody's funeral. Like I didn't ask for the jokes, bro. Like it's a funeral, bro. Like it's the Oscars. Like we used to that kind of stuff, and we used to hearing crazier stuff. So it's like. Did he do something wrong? Like, no, like not more than any comic has ever done in any other show in the history of comic.
And I may have asked this before, Larry, but is there really no joke that's offline? Because hypothetically, what if Jada had cancer and he made the same joke?
That's what I wanted to touch on, because this idea, like, yes, we have this perception that comedians should have this free reign to say whatever. Well, they also free to get whatever consequences too. At the same time, even I'm not a comic, but let's not act as though there aren't lines that need not be crossed. For example, there are certain jokes that are just not funny. You're not going to have a comic today go out and make fun of like physical appearances that can't be helped or things that people are born with. You're not going to have a comic making fun of someone with Down syndrome, for example. Now, if you have some weird exception, like a Down syndrome comic doing the same to another, that's different. But that's not usually something you want to entertain. And I would just say, I think Chris Rock's joke was more so on the side of just being in poor taste. And he's a very intelligent comic, whether you like him or not. He is very smart about how he goes about things. And I thought his decision to go after Jada's physical appearance was in poor taste because, like you said, she could have had cancer that we just didn't know about. We just saw what happened, unfortunately, with Chadwick Boseman when he was losing all the weight. People was making jokes, and then all of a sudden later you find out, oh crap, it was actually more serious. And it's just like, yo, yeah, you could take that risk and maybe talk about it, but is it worth it? It's almost like if you wanted to make a joke about a woman and be like, hey, when are you due? Ha ha ha. And then all of a sudden you find out she's just overweight. Now it's not so funny, you know? So it's one of those things where it's
or it's more funny.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to weigh the risk, you know, with the reward. And the joke wasn't that funny anyway.
Yeah.
But I want to know those specifics.
G.I. Jane. Like, it's an old movie.
Every single Oscars, there's cringe-worthy jokes from the comics.
This is for you anyway. You know, I think you can handle this. But thank you, Nancy, for it.
Larry, don't cross the line, Brandon. Don't cross the line.
Can Will be human? Do you have any grace? This was one time. And also to add to that, I want to ask specifically though, you, Larry, and you can address the super chat too. Like, if she had cancer, do you feel that would have been inappropriate? I just want to throw a hypothetical out there.
Wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't
oh
have
my
said
God!
that.
No,
she had cancer.
But go ahead.
I mean, First of all, if she had cancer and he knew about it and everybody knew about it, he likely wouldn't have said it. But if she had cancer and he made a comment about it, it's still just a damn joke. It could be a poor taste. It could be something where you can say, man, maybe you should have picked something else. Maybe you should have talked about her bunions or something. But whatever the case is, it's still just a joke. It does not warrant going up on the stage and embarrassing the entire black race for so-called trying to maintain your wife's honor. Because you know what happens now? If he would have let this go, if he just would have just stayed stone-faced, didn't look at anything, the cameras panned over to him, the joke would have fell flat, Chris would have moved on, and afterwards he could have gone to the Academy and been like, that shit was not cool. My wife has a disease. I don't ever want him coming back to the Oscars again. And he could have flexed all of his Hollywood muscle to make that happen. Instead, he turned Chris Rock into the hero. And it would have, if she had cancer, he wouldn't have made the joke. But even if he did, he wasn't like he was saying, I'm glad you have cancer. Let's talk about cancer. And then went in on a 5-minute set about her having cancer or her having alopecia or anything else. He made one joke.
I got you. I just was mainly asking because I wanted to know if any jokes are over the line. But
No,
I appreciate
there are some jokes over the line.
That's crossed the line. There's definitely a lot of those lines. But Chris Rock, like we know Chris Rock. Like we've been with this dude. He's one of our heroes in the comic world. Like, and whether you like him or not, he's on the Mount Rushmore of the black comics for our generation. Whether you hate him or love him, he sits right there with Dave Chappelle and these other guys. But we know that he wouldn't be saying that if she had cancer. Like, let's not even like why are we living in this world where like Chris Rock, you know she has cancer.
10 on 20s. That's when it becomes, when you say something to someone, it's like, well, I could have got hit by a car. Like, we're not going to go
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, let's just be.
And it would have even held a different, outlook if he even knew about the outlook. But the fact that he didn't even know, that makes it even more lighthearted as to, you can't really be mad at me for not knowing. And we just can't go in on him for a joke that he didn't know about. And that it just wasn't that serious at the end of the day. Like, she could have been sick. And he's, she could have been a whole lot. But the fact is that she isn't. And what she does have, alopecia, which is not, some small feat, he didn't know about that either. So let's not put she could have been sick. Like, okay, we understand that. But at the end of the day, it's a joke. It wasn't a funny joke.
Yeah.
It is a light joke, though. I didn't think it was that bad. If we didn't have him sit with Jada and have them laugh at the aspect of Regina Hall making a joke about her willing to share her husband because they have this open marriage, and girl, I'm like that I would think that would have hit harder. If you sat there and you laughed at that and it didn't seem like anything was off limit for the night, they not for the shit tonight. Will and Jada said no. They sat there and they laughed at that. And then when I come with my, GI, it's, I didn't think you were off limits. You guys seem really open and comfortable for people to maybe come at you, not even in a jokey sense, but come for your marriage yet again, just like you said, and maybe grinned with the thing with Laverne Cox and kind of laughed that off. So if you're laughing off Laverne Cox, you're laughing off Regina Hall. Me coming in with a little, ball
innocuous joke.
I'm not gonna think that's that heavy, and he didn't.
Okay.
So
let me ask a quick question, everybody, because a lot of the stuff that the hosts, and the presenters, all that stuff is scripted, right? Mm-hmm. The only thing that's not scripted is the audience reaction. Yeah. But the audience is just full of talent, publicists, managers, actors. Like, it's not like it's regular fans. I wonder, I open this up to y'all. Do y'all think it would have made a difference if maybe they just put everybody in on the script and say, like, hey, here's the general script. So that way, as the talent, you could look it over. If you don't like something, say something early, and then we can change it up.
Then you take away.
No, the award
comedian and I go,
the award shows are already, the ratings are already tanking as it is. They're a fraction of what they used to be. And if you take all the spontaneity out of them, then they just fall even deeper down to where they are. They're about to get to the point where they're going to be internet only.
I'm telling you, waiting for those ratings, which is why I was watching before I even knew about it. and waiting for them to cue
ratings
violins,
came
cut
out.
up to the balcony with the like. No, they zoomed in. They let him walk up there, slap him, let him go all the way back to the seats, so they can say all they want to about the Oscar, and we don't take this type of behavior. This was good for their ratings. They didn't try to deflect from any of that. Nobody went to stop him or say anything. But Denzel and Tyler Perry, like, they let that play out like very vividly. So
well, to Eman's, did you see the Variety article that came out not too long ago?
Ratings were like what?
Thank you, Nancy.
50% jump.
No, I'm talking about to your question that you brought up about the scripted nature of it all.
No, I did not.
Well, Variety came out with the report and said that he didn't. That was ad lib. That was not part of the script. Of like, he went off script essentially. So Variety actually is an article right now that Variety is talking about that was an ad lib. It was not the script for last night's Oscar.
I did want to point out to the person who had the super chat, Brandon, that you brought out, that asked if I have a heart, do I have any grace? The answer is yes. I'm not out here calling for Will Smith to be. I'm not calling for Will Smith to be canceled. It is a little bit of a delayed reaction, but I was trying to let other people say what they had to say. But I'm not calling for the dude to be canceled. I'm not calling for him to have his award taken back. He did the work. He did the performance. He delivered, obviously, a performance that was good enough to win the awards. I'm not saying they should take that away from him because of the foolishness that he did. But he does need to be sat down and have a nice, long, healthy timeout.
But what are we left with if we start to let them peek at the script, we don't want to be too touchy, want to hit, like, what are we left with as an audience? As just we aren't left with anything if there's just going to be such a sensitivity towards every little thing somebody has to say. I am one that's with the comedians feeling like you can't even be in the age of social media. Everything is just so touchy and damn sensitive. You can't even just genuinely have a funny moment without thinking about who it's going to affect and how they're going to feel in the backlash. Like, we already don't have shit as it is. Now we're going to have award shows where we're prepping people before they come in and what we're going to say. Like, who wants to watch that?
I mean,
thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter.
Regina Hall should be happy because, before this, I think the next thing that was going to be talked about was her super cringeworthy Harvey Weinstein sort of skit that she did. With the whole patting dudes down and the whole I'm gonna swab your throat with my tongue and all the other I was watching this and I was thinking to myself,
that was all scripted.
This was wholly inappropriate and not cool.
Reading this,
right?
Of course they're gonna let that rock. They're definitely rock. If they're gonna let that slide, then they're definitely gonna let the freaking G.I. Jane. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that to me was just totally not cool. I was like, that is that. And that probably would have been talked about heavily if it was not for the slap.
Well, did you see the what was the girl's name? Kristen Dunst, that whole
Kristen
joke?
Yeah, I saw that.
Humor made on her, just like disregarded her as like completely disregarded her as an accomplished actress as she is.
Yeah,
there was
she's a seat filler. Seat filler. She's been in Hollywood longer than you have.
She's more fake. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why Kristen Dunst is probably not kicking and screaming about it.
So did y'all watch the majority of the show anyway? Or
I watched the whole thing cover to cover. Don't ask me.
I just tuned in
right at the
perfect time. Right when it was like best actor, I was like, oh, let me see what's going on.
We all got the back signal. Everyone saw the back signal in the sky. Something's going on. We gotta go on the Oscars. Yeah, we all saw it.
I got you, Brandon. As a white person, I don't think it looks bad for black people. It looks bad for him as a man. People need to stop being soft. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the comment. Luckily, I think we had a level. I don't really care, how it looks as a group. But thank you for that. What do you mean? What do you mean, E-Man?
No, because the thing is, it's like people have to understand like the sociological imagination in society, right? Like. One person, and it's sad, it's not the way it should be, but unfortunately, there are going to be exemplary black folks that happen to represent other black folks. This is kind of like what Larry was talking about, where like when you get to a certain position, you get like this responsibility, whether you accept it or not, to carry on a certain perception and image. And that, by the way, is something that white folks as a whole don't have to deal with once again, is a white supremacy ideology. When you normalize whiteness, it's okay if you're human. It's okay if you make mistakes. You have that ability to do that because you're not fighting against so many negative stereotypes that took 400 years to bake into society's mentality. So yes, that is part of the problem where, like, yes, if one of our great ones, one of our exceptional ones mess up, then it has this weird trickle down effect mentally where, like, aha, see, if Will Smith can't conduct himself, then why would Snoop Dogg? Oh, well, if that can't work, like, it's stupid, but unfortunately, it's a reality that happens.
It's reality.
And that's the thing. That's what we're talking about. It should not be that way, but unfortunately, it is.
Thank you for the super chat, sweet November 79, $20. We do appreciate it. Larry, I'm curious what you I think you would defend your wife.
I could answer that for Larry.
Fiber. Larry is like a
please put that back? I missed it.
Here's the thing. If somebody else had up there and said, what would I do if this were my wife? Well, first of all, I am not really a public figure. I am you could say that on YouTube possibly, but if somebody had said something to my wife like that and I was at the Oscars, I would probably tell dude, we're gonna settle this after we get done. Like, I would let that marinate in his mind. Like, I might go up there and whisper in Chris Rock's ear, like, dude, I'm about to put all of my training on you out back. I'm gonna let him know I'm gonna touch you when this is over. I'm about to touch you, dude. I'm gonna put hands on you. But then I would let it go. I'm not gonna go up there and slap this dude in front of everybody. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Because we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to be on just our own. We have a responsibility outside of our own personal family, our own personal ego. Now, if somebody had touched my wife, if somebody threatened her and said, I'm about to come down there and smack your wife, or came down there and touched her, first of all, he wouldn't have touched her, because as soon as he would have started reaching for her, I would have just went in berserker mode. But words? First of all, my wife is not thin-skinned, so
I got you.
I'm not worried about my wife. I'm not worried about my wife being so bruised and damaged because a comedian made a joke that I feel like I need to go up there in front of the whole world and smack this dude.
I got you. And James Prime, thank you so much for the super chat. We do appreciate it. Also, there's another one down here that I'm trying to grab as well.
I agree with everything except her honor being tarnished a long time ago. Because, like, I'm not trying to judge their relationship, how they get down, if they open, they close, whatever. Like, it doesn't make Jada less honorable. Like, I'm not gonna take it there. Like, however y'all want to move, like, you move, because I'm not gonna act like Will Smith ain't smashed Eva and Margot Robbie. I'm not gonna pretend that this is some one-sided thing where Jada's sliding all over town and Will Smith is at home doing Bible study. I'm not doing that. So, like, I'm not taking Jada's honor away for this August thing. Like, I'll take
Will then.
Of course. Like, this is the industry.
Thank you, Puma Lee.
Their relationship is whatever they want it to be.
Of course.
Then don't get mad when people comment on it.
Taking your honor.
Then don't get mad when people comment on it.
If Will not taking your honor, I'm not taking your honor. Because if Will felt away, he would have just said, "Oh, I'm leaving you." That's it. No, he's staying with they raising the family together. So, like, I'm not gonna take nobody honor if they partner not taking it. What I look like, I'm a fan. Like, but I look crazy.
That's all good, but that's the thing. If he's gonna say, like, if we're gonna say that we can't take, her honor's intact. Well, it sounds to me like Will Smith is saying that his honor, he doesn't even feel like her honor is intact. According to what Eman was saying from his book, he feels like he hasn't done a good job of protecting his family and his people. And so their honor is not intact by his own accord because he hasn't done a good job protecting them. And so he needs to deal with that. I mean, you don't go around smacking people because you're mad because your wife is sleeping with your son's friends,
I got
come on now. That's just craziness.
Kevon Mitchell, $5. I think the whole thing about Chris not knowing that Jada has alopecia is BS. He knew. I'm on the fence, but thank you so much for the
I'm on the fence.
Still a funny joke.
I don't know how we tell whether he knew.
It's still an appropriate movie theme joke.
And Nancy Saint Ford, should there be a line for comedians not to cross? I say yes.
I agree.
No mental. No.
And the comedian should decide what that line is.
And also, if anybody's gonna come out on top on this, it's definitely Chris Rock, because thank you, Elliot. Variety says Chris. He sent this to me from Twitter. Tickets for Chris Rock's comedy tour have surged after Will Smith slapped him at the Oscars. Tick reports that they have sold more tickets to Rock's tour overnight than they did in the past month. Chris Rock, this is from Variety. Chris Rock comedy tour sees surge in ticket sales after Will Smith slapped. So I want him to tweet about this and make a joke because like that's.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
I bought one of them tickets too. Not that one, but I had tickets like weeks before, and I'm happy because I looked at the prices. The prices went up.
Went way up.
You got tickets for the Kevin Hart one or for the regular one?
All of
the Ego.
I got Kevin Hart, Deion Cole, and Chris Rock now.
Already.
We own that.
Reggie M, $10. Living legend is a wise dude. All right, my man, keep being Larry. Larry, there's a difference between protection and retaliation. People need dictionaries.
Thank you, Reggie M. I appreciate you, brother. I see you.
Reggie ain't no stepper.
Reggie ain't
no stepper, man.
Yeah, man. We've hold on, one more. Nancy Saint, you've been hooking me up tonight. Thank you, man. $4.99 again.
Shout out to Nancy. Shout out to Nancy.
Yeah,
we do live in a very sensitive world where people just get butthurt so easy, man. Just any little thing, people get all up in their feelings. They just need to chill the hell out, especially when it comes to comedy. That is their jobs. People comedians look at the world. They find things that are otherwise not funny or painful, and they inject comedy into them. They make those things funny. They make them lighthearted. They make them so we can talk about them. But I mean, it wasn't like he was talking about her alopecia. He may have been talking about the appearance of her bald head, but he wasn't talking about her alopecia. If he went and made some joke about Jada Smith getting an endorsement from Rogaine, then I can maybe see people getting upset saying that he was talking about her alopecia, but he wasn't doing that.
Thank you, Laney Womack, for 1.7K in the live right now. Bringing you freaking major congrats on the success, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. It was up to 3K. That's amazing. But thank you. Let's get
B, cut the check, B.
Yeah,
cut the
check. Already. Eman, was you about to say something?
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, it kind of goes, especially when it comes to comedy. Like, there are also bad comics that tell bad jokes. Yeah. So, like, not every, because comedy is an art form. It's one of the reasons why we have great ones and not so good ones. And some people that just say things just to be edgy are not funny, and they should get criticized for stuff like that. They should be held accountable. So I'm just saying, like, we got to take them case by case, of course, but I don't want to give like everybody a free pass and be like, just because you call yourself a comedian, I gotta just laugh at everything and be okay with it. Nah, if you're funny, it's because you're witty. It's because you know how to say it, or what. Even Cat Williams was just talking about that, where he was like, "Nah, like just be better at the craft. You can still touch that topic, but just be better at how you approach it." Yeah, so that's how the top critics, comedians look at it. Get better.
We have covered a lot on this tonight. Does anybody?
You didn't have more topics, did you?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I did, but I'm
time for dinner.
Get that up.
Yeah, I don't have the energy for that at all. So
can I just say the one joke that I thought was wonderfully funny was when Amy Schumer said that they hired 3 women because it was cheaper than one man.
Yeah, no, that was fire. That was fire.
They were killing it.
I don't even like Amy, but Amy was actually, I was impressed. I was like, Amy, and when she came back, she said the energy shifted in here. I said, oh, that's tough. Because you brought it up and I was bringing it up. I said, oh, okay,
there we go. I like that.
Yeah, ridiculous stuff.
Let's go.
Cut the check. Hold on.
I like it.
What are we doing? What are we doing right here? Ridiculous thoughts. $100. Thank you so much. 1,000 likes. Good discussion, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Yo, B, you gonna buy those Chris Rock tickets now, man?
You're right.
Ridiculous.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
That's just Larry's burner account.
And also, $199. These comedians and rappers should have been slapped. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I don't. Oh, we got another one. Nocturnus. Guess we'll have to wait for the next Will Smith and Chris Rock movie, huh? Man.
Yeah. Or you don't. Man, and then everybody wins.
I'm telling y'all, red table talk.
You know
don't
what I'm
be
saying?
surprised.
Now, Chris Rock and Will, they should do a movie together and make. They should. I know they're gonna squash it.
They
You know
don't
what
make
I'm
no
saying?
movie.
No, I'll tell you what they should do is they should make G.I. Jane 2 and Chris Rock should be the drill sergeant.
That would be funny.
Yeah,
they should be the drill sergeant, and when Will should be the stay-at-home dad that's supporting his wife as she's going there trying to be the first SEAL.
Say on the cool though, such an entertainer would have slapped him back though. Like I think, he would.
But I'm glad nobody else was up there. I didn't want Will getting slapped back because that just would have been.
It would have been worse.
That would have. I mean, Will already went up there looking like steak meaner. You know, steak meaner having an N-word moment. I didn't need it to turn into a straight up brawl on national TV.
He would have had to. He ain't gonna slap me.
That would have just been a reflex though. Like I can't. Like, boom, like you just gotta. Yeah.
You gotta. I'm sorry. Oh god.
Yeah.
But I think. But see, people would know. But if you were in that position, people would know who you are. One take. They would know not to do that to you.
He's like, yeah, that's right.
I got you.
He said, I agree with that. Yeah. Tough.
Oh, somebody said euros. What's that? What's 20 euros worth now? Like $300?
Can y'all?
$3 million.
No, I'm messing with you. Our inflation going now, it might be worth 50 cents now with our inflation.
Has asked me, how do you defend yourself against a rogue Will Smith in the street? A lot of that happening these days. But don't worry, we got you covered. So the attack comes in. Will Smith. Now, as you can see from the high-speed video camera footage, a lot of raw emotional power behind this slap. Will's been doing a lot of projects under a lot of stress. This is the mother of his children. But what I've actually done is absorb the slap, redirected the energy through the legs, through the groin, and then I neutralized the attacker. Now, hopefully, this doesn't create a conflict of interest between me and Will. You're one of my best students. But I look forward to you playing me in Anime Street Survival, the movie, coming out in theaters 2033. So, thank you all for watching. Stay safe out there. Anime Street Survival. Y'all have a good day.
Oh, man.
Just having a little fun.
So, one of my newest clients.
Last thing, Blur Forever. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Can they even do that today?
Please no.
Getting offended.
Please no.
Anthony
they shouldn't have done it when they did it.
Actually, over Oscar
they got away with it.
Thank you, Nikita. We appreciate it. Thank you. And Dion, in my opinion, at the end of the day, it wasn't cool and in very poor taste for Chris Rock to make a joke at a sister's expense in front of all those Caucasian people. Will Smith did the right thing instead of for Jada. Hey, everybody gonna feel different. Thank you so much.
A lot of mixed opinions on it.
Thank you.
It's all convenient at times, but not the sisters when it's convenient. Whatever.
First of all, let me just say, women. I've said this before, and I will say this again. And some people may think it's unpopular. I'm not treating black women any different than I treat black men or any other men. Black women should be treated equally, just like everybody else. I'm going to hire them the same. I'm going to fire them the same. I'm going to joke with them the same. It does not matter. I believe women can take it just as well as they can give it. I don't feel that when I'll protect a black woman if someone comes for her physically, but I'm not gonna insult her intellect or her skin and say she can't handle it. You can.
So what's up,
Larry? Tyra. Final thoughts.
You can.
Final thoughts, Tyra.
Well, I don't think they're revoking anything. I think that's just for show, just damage control. I really don't know how I feel about Will Smith's apology. I feel like he meant that shit when he did it, so don't try to come back with some half-ass apology. I don't even think that was needed. I knew it would blow over and they would just make up, but that was just, for public opinion, just to satisfy people. Of course, this was not right. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. But what I took away from this was, out of everything, this is like, despite everything else, it was the first, another moment, because we've seen them multiple throughout the past 3 years. Will Smith is human. He's human like everybody else. He deals with mental things like everybody else. This was sensitive, and he reacted, and I mean, that's it. It's a memeable moment now. We're gonna like hear and see this for weeks to come.
Right on. Chris, final thoughts, sir.
Well, first, of course, thanks for having me on. It's been a good discussion. It's my first time with Ty, but it's everyone else. I've been talking to y'all before, so it's been good rocking with y'all again. My final thoughts. I'm still going to be Team Chris. As a Chris, we got to stick together, first of all. But and I really, and I get it. We all want to make the memes, and everyone. I try to be funny too, of course. But like at the end of the day, I think it was an ugly moment for us, and I know people don't want to say like these moments define our culture or our people, but the media don't care, and they're not gonna put that award on the front page. They're gonna put that slap on the front page, and we've seen it from not just Fox News or CNN. It's all the trades. So we took an L on that, and I hope that we all learn from it and keep growing, because I already know that Will and Chris are going to squash this. He could have taken that moment in the speech and said some different things, but like y'all said, it's in the moment. It's adrenaline. I got it. It's no problem. But like I said, I hope we really just take something from this, because the white people they just going to see. And that's what I tweeted last night. Like we out here trying to make the best meme out of it, but the white people at home with eating their dinner, like, see,
niggas.
I got you. Larry, last final thoughts, sir.
Yeah, I think that Will Smith embarrassed us all. Some people, I feel like I'm very, very disappointed by what I'm seeing out there on social media about people defending his actions. I think it's horrible what he did. There is no excuse for it. I think he stole moments from the Oscar award-winning documentary that was out there from that crew, which was also black. He stole moments in some respects the whole show from the producer, who was also black. He stole his own moments from doing that silliness. And this so-called honor thing that he did, what he really did was made sure that his wife now, every single year that the Oscars comes up, has to relive this, has to go through this and hear the jokes again, experience the feeling again. Every single year, they're going to talk about this. And so while he's thinking somehow he's defending her honor, all he really did was ensure that she can never walk away from this joke.
I got you. One take.
You on mute?
You're on mute, bro. You muted, bro.
Yeah, you got to laugh again.
My bad. After everything y'all said, he is wild for what he did, but I'm still Team Will, dog. Still Team Will, dog. Till the wheels fall off. You heard me? Till the wheels fall off, we gonna stand up now. But like I said, what he did, he wild for that. But I kind of feel like he was just caught up in the moment, and I can't just speak for everything that man going through. So I don't know what that man's temper point was, but apparently it was a bad joke. That's just what it is. It's a bad look for a lot of people, but I think at the end of the day, this could just be my ideology, but I'm gonna look out for the people who closest to me. Even if I'm put in a position, I mean, obviously I'm not Will Smith, just that big burden to carry, but I'm gonna look out for the people who look out for me and make sure that they straight first and foremost over everybody else. But like he could have picked up. Listen, I completely agree with y'all. He could have picked any other turn to do it rather than that one right there. But he did, and that's just what we got to live with.
Already, Eman.
Just looking at that, like I could watch the slap. I could watch the slap multiple times, right? Just because society desensitized me. But the time that I get very, very uncomfortable is when I hear him talk about don't say my wife's, keep my wife's name out your mouth, because you hear the tone, you hear the seriousness, and you also hear the pain and the rage in his voice. And that's when it gets very cringy for me. And that whole moment was very cringy. I hated the fact that it was between two brothers that I both respect. I look up to both of them. I hated the fact that this was on national television for everybody to see. On top of that, I wish they could have handled it like Monica and Brandy, where they Monica smacked Brandy, but it was behind stage. Wasn't no social media, didn't nobody know, and it was just a rumor. I wish it kind of went that route. But at the end of the day, Will Smith was wrong. Categorically. It doesn't matter how much you agree with him. Doesn't matter how much you sympathize with his feelings. there was no excuse for the physical assault. I also give props to Chris Rock for maintaining that level of professionalism, because it wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been a lot of people. We either would have been doing the fisticuffs, or I would have thrown the chair. I don't know. Like something would have happened.
Garden party style.
Mama, something. I'm not just gonna stand there and keep the show going. So props to him for being way more professional than a lot of people. But even with all that said, yeah, I agree with everybody that they're gonna squash this. I'm putting money that a red table talk is gonna happen. I would just encourage people at this point, if you can, totally go get Will's book. I can't stress how much that helps put things in perspective, because I just want us to avoid virtue signaling and being hypocrites. I want people to avoid that level of hubris where we're like, well, I would never do that, because you don't know what you would do in whatever situation. I'm pretty sure all of us have tripped over something that somebody else would say, why you tripping over that little thing? Everybody's going to have a different breaking point. And I just want us to kind of remember that, give each other grace. You know what I'm saying? Give people the level of understanding and forgiveness that you would want extended back to you. Again, that is not condoning what Will Smith did at all. It's just reminding us that we're all gonna mess up. We're flawed. First of all, everybody go to therapy. Everybody go to therapy at least one time in your life and normalize that, please.
Hey, B, can you help me pay for mine?
Oh yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Before we go to Elliot, Nancy saying again, so I may be confusing two concepts. What's the difference between roasting and a comedy/skit? LOL, I hope you know what I mean. Also, I didn't come for you, Larry. Could have worded it better. To me, there's a big difference. A roasting is a dedication, and people sign up for that specifically. I don't know if y'all want to comment on that or not, but thank you, Nancy Saint, for the super chat. And Larry, you can comment too if you want to, since she addressed you.
Yeah, I think there's two forms of roasting. You have the formal roasting where people will invite one particular person, and then their friends and sometimes family and colleagues and celebrities will come out, and they will often hit them with very personal, sometimes just cringeworthy, like, ooh, I can't believe they did that. But those are usually with people who can take it. And obviously some people can't take it and they don't get roasted. And then you have sort of informal roasting, which mostly all comedians do, which is often the way they deal with hecklers. It's the way they deal with something, the way they banter and have interactions back and forth with their audience. If you're talking about interracial relationships, if you go to a black comedy show and you're a black dude, you show up with Becky in the front row, you're going to get talked about. That's just what it is. You're going to get roasted a bit. If you go to a comedy show with some big fat woman and you happen to be a little tiny skinny chick that wears a size 0 and you're in the front row, you're probably going to get talked about. That's just different comedians of different ilks talk about different things with different people. It happens across the board. Women talk about certain types of people. Fat people talk about certain types of people. Black people talk about certain types of people. Gay people, Hispanics. What's his name? Dude just sat up there. What was it? John Leguizamo sat up there and talked about having 13.5 inches of Mexican in your hands. There were all kinds of things that were funny, but not necessarily wholly appropriate, or because it's a family show. Comedians go at people in a different way, and they talk about different things based on who they are and who their audience is. So you have, I'm sorry, B, I'm wrapping it up. You have a formal roast and you have informal roasting. And what we see at the Oscars every single year is informal roasting, where people go at Hollywood's elite.
Right on. Thank you, Larry. And thank you, Mr. Bobby Wright. $5. Here's some money. I do appreciate it. And I'm posting
703.
If everybody watching, I'm putting this live in the Twitter thing. Long story short, YouTube doesn't archive my lives. I'm calling them out. So just please retweet this. I would appreciate it. And I just put in the chat. Elliot, that's your name. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm real quick, bro. He slapped Gilbert to Kennedy. He slapped that man because he was 5'10" and 165. He wouldn't have done that if it was The Rock or equal value. we'll never know. But thank you, Gilberto. We do appreciate it. Elliot, man, your final thoughts, sir.
Listen, man, I wish we were here talking about Will winning his first award for an incredible career. Ariana DeBose winning an award, and first deaf actor winning an award, and third woman to win an award. But unfortunately, we're not. So with that, the consequences of this is we're having this discussion, and hopefully the people that's watching this replay wise or live, violence is never the answer, and hopefully Will, Chris, all parties involved can learn from it and become better from it. So that's all we hope from it. So again, B, I appreciate you having me on and being on this panel of amazing content creators, amazing people is always an honor. So I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. And my final thoughts is everybody is wrong. I am right.
Nice.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, guys, this was a very great discussion from all of you. All of you had perfect, great commentary. And I'm surprised with how many times I disagree with Larry and also agree with Larry. That was very entertaining. Everybody made great comments tonight. Again, Mara, Sharice, and Zia, and all my moderators. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. They all, they're the Dora Milaje. You know what I'm saying? They always holding it down.
Careful now.
So,
yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, look, do that. I saw Data back there.
That's crazy. But no, my final thoughts on this. I feel that Will and Chris, they was both wrong. Will, you can't just put your hands on people like that. You be glad that Chris Rock is not pressing charges. Even if he did, I think he would lose the respect from a lot of people in the community. But so you can't put your hands on people, and but Chris, I also think the joke was too much.
It's over.
But Larry,
I'm giving Will Larry's address.
Before we I want to let everybody know, if you love what people had to say, follow everybody on social media. The handles on the screen. The information's in the description box, and also head over to the channel, my channel tab, and you got everybody right there. And guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Chris, Tyra, Eman, Elliot, Larry, and OneTakeBigDog. It's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see y'all next time.